But they did do
sure
an
about.
autopsy. You'd have to.
But they did an autopsy on JFK too, and it was not his body.
Well,
Probably.
sort of. They did 2 autopsies.
Right.
They did the initial examination of the body was in Dallas, and then they flew it to Bethesda.
Yeah.
The thing about that is, and this is a part of David Lifton's book, Best Evidence, which made me become a conspiracy theorist.
I've never read it.
It's fucking great. And David Lifton, who is an accountant, they gave him, I forget what the project was, but it was something to do with the Warren Commission report. So this guy's like a serious bookworm. He read the entire Warren Commission, which fucking nobody does.
Yep.
And it's like 9,000 pages.
That's
or
a
something
superpower.
like that.
Being able to read like that.
Exactly, and find contradictions over and over and over again. He's like, this is horseshit. This whole thing's horseshit. And then he found out that Kennedy's brain was missing when it got all the way to Bethesda. He found out that the Dallas doctors said that the neck wound was an entry wound, and then the ones in Bethesda turned it into a tracheotomy hole. It was a bullet hole. He got shot. You could see him go like
Garbage
that.
all over the place. And then you could also see his face get blown off, and they published photos of him from the official autopsy where his face was visible.
I have a theory, and this is just mine.
Yeah, I'm
and
really
I'm
curious
sure
to
I'm
hear
not
yours.
the only one. I think he got shot in the head at the same time from 2 different directions.
That's a good theory, honestly.
Because there's a bit of spray that goes forward, which is not like things are weird when you hit them with bullets. Like people have shot people in the head and the bullets come out their eye.
Yeah,
like it ricochets around like a 22 or something like that. But weird things happen when you shoot things, but some things are super consistent. And one thing that's super consistent is when you hit something, it goes in the direction that you hit it, right? So back and to the left. Hicks used to talk about that all the time. Back and to the left. When making fun of the fact that the Zapruder film clearly showed that it wasn't a shot from the back. But the head goes spray too. It goes spray like this back and to the left. Can we see it? Let's see it real quick.
Yeah, something I love about the JFK story is that there are so many deep experts that have really done the dig, and they don't all come to the same conclusions.
Well, here's the thing about Lifton's book. He also documents how many witnesses were murdered. And it's astounding.
That's the part that often gets left off, too.
Their cars got parked on railroad tracks, and they died of heart attacks when they were 30, and they got fucking shot in a robbery, and they committed suicide. They gassed. They fell asleep in their car.
Man, Hillary Clinton sure got started early.
Yeah. Back into the left. Watch this. Watch this, the explosion.
Yeah, because he's already hitting the neck. You're totally right. It's like a cloud in the front, right?
I mean, it could be that the top of his head exploded right there, and the force drives him back. It also could. There's another possibility, and the possibility is spontaneous nerve reaction of your body shutting down, which could cause you to go back into the left, even if you get shot in the front.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the spray. Or if you get shot in the back, rather, the spray looks like it's going forward. Like we'll watch when he gets hit. See that?
Yep. It's just weird.
But that could be. But the thing is, there's not a bullet hole on the other side. So that could be just the opening of the head, and it's an explosion of blood that comes out. Also, you have to realize he's probably bleeding internally already. He got shot in the neck. So he gets shot here. There's probably blood spraying all over the place inside of his head. And then, boom, he gets shot in the front of his head. But his head clearly goes back into the left. Like almost instantaneously. And I mean, in a way that you would imagine if someone got hit like that. Watch this again. Boom, he gets hit.
Good catch on that frame.
And then back.
And it's all gone. Like his face is just clearly open right there.
Gone. Right.
And it's clearly not a shot from behind. I mean, like
it's definitely not a shot from behind because there's no entry wound in the back of his head. And if you're saying that thing hit the front of his head or the side of his head from behind like that.
I feel like if there was a conspiracy theorist training course, the JFK assassination would be like the perfect like dry run training course to like build it around, because you have all the pieces. You you have a complex conspiracy with unknown actors from intelligence agencies and organized crime and maybe multiple governments. It's like, and we don't know all that. Then you have a complex cover-up that evolved over time. You have like researchers, you have bad information being fed in from outside. You have conspiracy theorists that are taking it in directions that are like corroborable.
Right.
It's got all the things that you need to both learn how to dig into and learn how to watch out for. It's a lot of fun.
Well, and also people didn't really get serious about it until about 12 years after the assassination.
Yep.
So when Geraldo Rivera has Dick Gregory on his show, oh, what is this?
It's restored.
Ooh.
Whoa. Have you guys ever heard the theory that frames were taken out of the Zapruder film to make it look like the car never slowed down?
That's crazy.
That's bizarre. The thing is, I don't know how to trust things like AI reconstructions of videos.
Let's just trust it, bro. It's fun. Boom. Oh, my goodness.
Dude,
that
poor
is
Jackie,
so
man.
crazy.
So,
Oh, my God. That's so crazy.
the theory about the driver shooting him, that's the one I've never bought, honestly.
No, that's
People always say the
that's
driver turned
stupid.
around and shot him. It's
I
like,
think
no.
that's one of those theories that probably the government created.
Yeah.
That's one of those
There's
theories
an open
to make
piece of
people look
evidence.
stupid.
There's an open piece of evidence of some kids that showed up covered in mud at a car shop that they worked at. That it was like a dry day. They showed up covered in mud, and there's a certain guy that theorized that they were hiding in a manhole and shot up at him out of the manhole, and that the car slows down in real life, and that witnesses saw the car slow down, and that there's dropped frames from the Zapruder film. And it's like, these are these kinds of theories where it's like, how do you dig into that and like prove that? And the answer is you have to get to primary sources. You have to get to like, is there a police report for that kid showing up? Like, is that location real? Like, can you corroborate any of this?
Right.
And the unfortunate truth is you could, if you could fucking see the files that our government was hiding from us.
Right.
Theoretically,
Well,
anyways.
if they're supposed to be released soon. Have some patience.
Dude, they're releasing tomorrow, Joe.
Can you? Is that real?
No.
Can you? It's like every day's Christmas.
Yeah, for real.
Can you Google David Lifton witnesses of the JFK assassination odds? Because he did some sort of a calculation of the odds of all these people dying the way they died.
Yeah, dude.
And it's millions to one.
Yeah.
It's nuts. Like,
That's
so
a big part of
think-
what I do is it, how likely is it that this is a coincidence? Is it even possible?
Right.
Right.
That one's very unlikely, which means they were killing witnesses. Someone was killing witnesses. I think there was people shooting from the back and the front.
Oh, yeah.
I think Lee Harvey Oswald, people want to say it's 1 or 0. I think Lee Harvey Oswald was in on it. I think Lee Harvey Oswald probably didn't shoot the president, though, but he might have. He might have hit him in the back, because there was a shot in the back, too. You know, the whole reason why they had to call this a tracheotomy is the same reason why they had to come up with a single bullet theory.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you're deep.
Because you got to
on this.
explain it. Well,
You know
I'm not.
the
I'm
Do you
as
know about
deep
the
as-
ricochet underneath the overpass?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, like I'm deep enough to know the basics, but there's so many layers, and you have to read the books, you have to watch the films, you have to like
You gotta talk
see
to
the
Oliver
interviews.
Stone.
Exactly.
Oliver Stone just goes off.
And that's why